Hello and welcome back to the Fierce Factor podcast. I'm your host, Kaeli Lindholm, the founder and CEO of KLC Consulting and the Pop Aesthetic Leadership Academy, where we help owners in aesthetics and wellness build deeply satisfying, lucrative, freedom-based businesses and lives through the transformative work we do around 5 core business milestones: designing your $1 million confidence, building a preeminent brand strategy, assembling a kick-ass dream team, implementing a flawless internal marketing system, and polishing up your sales structures and processes. And yes, my friends, today we are going to discuss a very important topic related to milestone number 3, assembling a team of employees that will give you leverage to scale your business, meaning help you make more money without the investment of more of your time. Hi there, welcome to the Fierce Factor podcast. I'm your host, Kaeli Lindholm. And I think it's time for us women to shift the conversation in business and step into our feminine leadership to do the most iconic work the aesthetic industry has ever seen. Each week, I'll be bringing a powerful dose of strategy, sarcasm, solutions, and sass that will rev up your creativity and ignite your brilliance as you link arms with me along our shared path of personal and professional growth in 20 minutes or less. Let's go. Thanks for tuning in today. Listen, I chose this topic, onboarding a new employee 101, because I was inspired by one of our Academy members who's in a very rapid hiring phase. She is in the process of a gorgeous rebrand that is transitioning her practice from a personal brand, aka her name, to an overarching independent business brand, meaning her business has a story that will build authority and make impact with or without her being attached to it. For example, allowing her to take more vacations, exit the business when she desires, and just make a heck of a lot more money. So while she's been in business for 8 years, she spent the formative years of her business journey focusing primarily on patient care and growing organically. She crossed the first $1 million milestone, and now she's thinking about the next phase of her entrepreneurial path, which distinctively aligns her business with her lifestyle. And what Fierce Leaders needs to happen to make this a reality? A winning team. And in our Leadership Academy, this client is focused on developing herself as a leader, leaning into the skills to hire, develop, and retain the right people. Here's the thing. When you as a leader are focused on the mastery of knowledge and confidence to execute versus just the tactics of attracting applicants on Indeed, as an example, you tend to ask better questions, build stronger systems for hiring, and find yourself landing better employees more quickly. Most business owners ask robotic questions like, where have all the good people gone? Right? Where do I find good people? Or what's the best comp plan to motivate an employee? Or what do most practices pay a nurse injector? Now, these questions, leader, will fast track you to roadblocks you don't want to face. Trust me on this one. When you focus internally on who is the right human being that aligns with your core values, how success will be measured, and what you need to do as a leader to make sure they are successful, the whole dynamic of team building changes. Instead of asking these newbie questions, my client posed one simple thought. What are the top pitfalls to onboarding a new employee? So today, I want to share my answers to that question with you all because perhaps you're in a similar position or will be soon, and this lesson will be a powerful one for you. And if you're in this position, congratulations. You're about to learn the most effective way to onboard your new employee so that they can quickly produce for you. So today, without further ado, I'm going to share with you 4 pitfalls that I see quickly derail the new hire process. And we'll call this Onboarding 101. All right, so pitfall number 1 is not being organized. When it comes to onboarding a new employee, you want to make sure your systems are in place so that during training, they can spend an intense amount of time learning, both on their own and in real-time scenarios, right? And having your systems in place allows you to quickly show someone how it's done so that they can pick right up and go. To get organized, you want to create a checklist with all of the items the new employee will need to be trained on to be successful in your business. And make sure you save this as a baseline so that you can revise, edit, and add to this as you go along. And as your employee advances in their growth journey, they can continue to reiterate and to expand upon this, right? Pitfall number 2, not communicating frequently enough or effectively through the process of the onboarding. Sometimes we don't want to feel like micromanagers, or quite frankly, we're just quote unquote too busy. So we wait until 30 or 90 days to have a sit down conversation with our new employee about their progress. Please don't do this. The first benchmark meeting should be set at 1 week to set the bar for how they should be moving through their system's checklist, trainings, and assigned tasks or meetings. This is where you get to ask open-ended questions to give yourself the ability to clue into any, enthusiasm or lack of enthusiasm for the role, or pick up on any early overwhelm or frustrations they may have and be experiencing off the bat. Too often I see business owners use the shadow technique as a training method and miss out on taking the back seat to the employee to learn more about that employee early on in the onboarding process while testing how well they're absorbing information and applying it. And I'll also mention that as a leader, this is a critical opportunity to look at yourself. Are you 100% happy with the way things are? Or do they need to be changed? Make sure that you're comfortable, you're satisfied with your system, and that it's set up exactly how you want it. I really think onboarding a new employee is such an amazing opportunity to tighten up your systems and make sure that everything is up to date, right? Because we evolve, our business evolves, and so we want those systems to be in alignment with the new business that we have. Pitfall number 3, not increasing your tolerance for failure. Oh boy. This is a big one. In the first 30 days of onboarding your new employee, you will be putting far more into that new employee than they will be putting into you or your business. And when something doesn't go right, I recommend addressing it immediately and honestly asking myself, right? Like, how could I have communicated better on this issue? How will I improve going forward? Remember, your goal should be to retain people over the long term so that eventually you can look within your own team for resources as you go along. We want these people here for as long as possible. If we expect our employee to instantly know and apply their training without failure, we will risk giving them and ensuring the fact that they have all the tools that they need to succeed and end up firing them prematurely, or worse, keeping them around without maximizing their impact. Pitfall number 4 is finally not incorporating the why factor into every lesson. Leaders, this is so important. We have to work with our new employees to help them understand the why factor behind their position, right? We want to review both the tactical and the emotional and mental competencies of the role, not just the things they're supposed to do, but how they're supposed to do them. What are the behaviors that you expect of somebody in that role? How should they be acting and moving around through the practice that is in alignment with your culture? We want to have multiple conversations around their outcome. What do they need to produce? And what is the goal for our new employee to fully understand the why factor and how it fits into the bigger picture? The most important time during the onboarding process is going to be the first 30 days. During those first 30 days, your employees should learn the pace of your team and your company, your values, how you like things done, and why they are important to be done in a certain way or prioritized in a certain order. How does that impact your customers, and what happens if they don't follow protocol? Remember, leader, every hire, success or failure begins and ends with you. If you expect to bring an entrepreneur into your business, you better be willing to step up your game, make the investment in them, and view their relationship with you and your business as a true partnership. If you found this episode helpful, if you are in position to onboard your next entrepreneur, be sure to subscribe to my email list at kaelcconsultants.com/join to get weekly branding tips, hiring, onboarding, and training resources delivered directly to your inbox. And if you are ready to level up your business, become a preeminent leader in your market, you can book a chat with me at that same link. Again, it's kaelcconsultants.com/join. to learn more about how we can help you build your cash, influence, and authority in your market through the advancement and optimization of systems, strategies, and people. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining me for this episode of The Fierce Factor. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you subscribe so you can automatically get new shows every week. I'd also love it if you left us a review. And come join the conversation online. If you're an aesthetic industry owner, operator, or leader, please join my free Facebook group, The Tribe of Fierce Aesthetic Leaders, a community of ambitious, purpose-driven professionals who collaborate and share best practices for growth in business and life. I'm honored you tuned in.